Evening all, hope you're well. Welcome back to Space Engineers. Right, this is something that, this is mining for pros. I say that with a bit of a cheeky smile on my face. This is where we're actually going to build. I came back from work, pretty crappy day at work, and I decided I wanted to build a carved out, hollowed out pirate base of awesomeness. So what I did is I decided to do it the pro way, which is to use warheads to mine and hollow out an asteroid. And as you can see, I've just got a copy paste of a missile torpedo, kind of guided torpedo that I made. Just turn the inertial dampeners off, get some speed behind it, and sit back and watch the show. And this is it. This is how it works. It's amazing, isn't it? Look at that. It's burrowing out the hole quite nicely. This was something I think just really shows you how cool this game is going to be. I really can't wait for it to develop for some more. Because already, I mean, look at that. That's a pretty decent construction. One more. Uno mas, I think. But the thing about this game is it's just becoming so enjoyable because as you learn to play it, as you figure out what each thing does, as you learn how the physics works, it's really quite exciting. So, I'm really loving it. There we go. One last one. Kablowie. There we go. That'll do nicely. There's a nice hollowed out little area here for a base. And I think what I was thinking here was maybe a big kind of secret base, like a really kind of, hidden, camouflaged, kind of secret base on the side of an asteroid that you could launch like piratey style strikes from. And that's the plan. That's kind of what I was thinking. Whether or not it will turn out that way, I doubt it. Certainly when I start building something, I've got a picture in my eye of what it will be, my mind's eye. And what it ends up being is usually very different. Surprisingly, I haven't done a giant space dig yet, which is something that maybe shows my kind of respect for this game, is that I wouldn't sully it with a massive space penis. We may do that at some point, but at the moment, I'm just kind of, really, I'm loving the way that the game is put together because, for example, we're building a station here, so we can actually merge our metal blocks into the rock, which is a really nice feature. I'm really quite impressed with that because it does look like the base has been built around within the rock. I do really like that, in fact. And I'm quite excited to see where on earth this game is going to go. Just keep moving forward. It's going to be quite an incredible journey. So I think if you're not on the bus, if you're not on the Space Engineers bus, then maybe think about it because it's the same price as Minecraft is. It's £15, which is probably what, I don't know, $20, something like that. And I think you're going to get an awful lot of entertainment for your money. Play it with a group of people, though, because that's probably the one thing I would say is that the multiplayer of this game has completely transformed it. Because the single player was very good, but I must admit, after a while, it became a bit kind of like a train set that you never show anyone. Whereas as you can see, I'm playing with obviously Nano and Josh here, and we're having more fun playing as a group. So anyway, there we go. Our secret base now has a sign. Subtle, I think you will agree. We also have beacons as well, so this is really cool, and this is coming together quite nicely. But what was really nice is that there is definitely something. There's definitely something akin to the Minecraft phenomena here, because what you find is that when you get a group of people in Space Engineers, you don't spend the majority of your time destroying things. You spend the majority of your time building things. At least we do, because the building part is probably the more enjoyable part. Yes, it's fun blowing up ships. It's really fun, in fact. But the one thing that's completely surprised me about this game is actually how much I want to build things, not to just then destroy them, although I do maybe think about it. But the game really does, reward players working together and building something quite awesome. So I would say that this is very akin to what Minecraft created, which was a block-based building game, yes, but in essence, what it gave you was that kind of feeling of team building, which is so rare in games nowadays. Usually when you get two teams in any game together now, people usually end up trolling the hell out of each other, and you don't get that that working as a group of gamers at all. So it's an interesting concept, this, and I think I'm already surprised that it's working because usually we would just troll the hell out of each other, but we're not. We're actually enjoying building big things and showing them to each other, which sounded wrong entirely as I said it. But one of the things you're about to see is I built a scale model of Red Dwarf. If you don't know what Red Dwarf is, you'll see. And just doing that, and I was actually quite excited to show everybody what I'd made, and that's quite that's quite an unusual game that does that to you. You don't get that with many of the games where you say, look what I created, or wow, did you see this, or have you seen this trick, or have you seen that tactic? And I think that's kind of an endearing feature of this game. So definitely quite liking that. So let's just put some lights on our fantastic base of awesomeness. Lighting, I think, is also probably one of the nicest things about this, because the lighting engine is incredibly good. It really does, fills a room, and I think that's quite, and again, a really cool part of this. So you can make a base pretty much anywhere, and I think asteroid-style bases are pretty awesome, I must admit. But I quite like the idea of having a great big ship that is just my home, literally a massive behemoth of a ship that I call my base. The only issue being is that my red dwarf is going to be that, and I'll show you how I've made that maybe in the next video. But the issue I have with it is that there's so many blocks there that it's slowing the game down a bit, which kind of sucks. So hopefully they fix that soon. I know there was a big optimization today, so hopefully that's going to fix it. But yeah, so as it goes, this is one of the most therapeutic ways to unwind from a day. I must admit, I was just blown away by how firstly awesome this became, because literally, remember, we've just mined this thing out, and now look at that, a little light on in there. Isn't that amazing? And I'm blown away by how awesome this game is becoming. And I think just literally mining out the internals of an asteroid to create a base is just, that's ultimate science fiction right there. And I think that's quite unusual to get that in any game. It's not entirely elegant. There are a few issues with it. I think the problem with a lot of the game at the moment is really just, what is it going to be? Because you won't really build like we're building here. So you see here, we're kind of dropping blocks en masse. The reality is it probably won't be like that. It will be something more akin to, you'll drop a frame of the block, then you have to go around and weld it into place. I quite like that. It should be more like that, because the idea is then you would work together as a team to build a massive starship, and you would actually have to say, right, I'll do this bit, I'll weld this bit, you grind that bit, you go and mine, we need more minerals, we need to go and make more more frames, more engine parts. It's going to be huge. It's going to be amazing. So I'm already excited for it. I think it's going to be incredible. But let's see how it goes. I think the problem I would say at the moment is just getting used to things like the gravity, is getting used to the various modules you've got. In terms of bugs, it seems to be coming a lot better now. I just put gravity in it and half the team fell onto the floor. That's pretty funny. And I think, to be honest, it's coming together really quite nicely. Again, I would like to see a few more blocks. I'd like to see a few more mechanisms, maybe wiring. That'd be nice to have light switches and things like that. I'd like to see also maybe a bit more of the weaponry coming in, because the weaponry side of it isn't important, but I think it is important, but it's not essential, let's say. But what I would like to do is to think that at some point raiders could attack this base here, and we could then repel them. I like the idea of automated sentries. That'd be pretty cool, just to have the ability to defend your stuff from people even when you're not online. It's that kind of stuff, and I think the reality will be that this game will just develop and grow, incredibly over the next hopefully a few years. And I think already it's worthy of purchase. Usually when I kind of do these things, they say, well, it's a good game, but don't buy it yet, that kind of thing. Well, with this game, I would say it's worth buying now. I think now that there's multiplayer in it, I think it's just about ready to go. So there we go. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope you enjoyed our little base, our little piratey base. More to come next time. Hope you enjoyed that. See ya.